I want to look at Senator Kang'ata and give graphic events of what has happened to your colleagues. If you are Christian, you will be attentive and you will listen. I have just spoken to Senator Lelegwe, Madam Speaker, who has just arrived in Samburu, and he has gone through a very horrifying experience. Mr. Speaker, in these times where we all are facing the threat of COVID-19, your colleague, whom I'm sure you love, Senator Kang'ata, because you are a Christian, was sandwiched in a vehicle with 4 police officers who were not wearing masks and who have been coughing all the way to Samburu. So as you speak here, you are telling us to proceed with this business of this house. Your own colleague has been tormented and we don't know what will be the status of his health tomorrow, Senator Kang'ata. I'm empathetic to colleagues who face distress. I've been to your home twice. When you lost your father, despite the fact that you are from Jubilee, I was there to mourn with you. When you lost your dear mother, because I know how close mothers are to their sons, I was there to mourn with you. And I want to tell you that, Senator Kang'ata, I'm standing with my 3 colleagues, not because they belong to ODM, but because I don't identify with the injustice that is being meted against our 3 colleagues. And I want to tell you, Senator Kang'ata, that I was raised as a Christian. I will tell anybody I have a ranking there in government that I can never, while I'm alive and breathing, support injustice. I want to sit in this Senate and witness you and my friend Senator Pogisho lobbying senators, and you get the number that you require, 25, and you defeat me, and I will retreat to Nyamira and say, I was given an opportunity to say something on your behalf, but the majority carried the day. We should never, under any circumstances, behave like crocodiles who shed tears when they are eating somebody. That should never happen. We are human beings, we are Christians, and we must accept that an injustice here is an injustice meted to all Kenyans, wherever they are. So, Madam Speaker, as I speak here today, I want to tell you that it's by the grace of God that I and Senator Murkomen are alive. When we were leaving Senator Malala's house, police officers who were in 3 vehicles, just to block us so that we don't see the destination of Senator Malala, pushed the car we were in off the road. It's by the grace of God, maybe it's because of the prayer that my dear wife said to me at 5 a.m. as I was leaving my house, that we are here alive. My brother, this is not a laughing matter. It's not. It's not a laughing matter. This is serious business. If your 3 colleagues can be picked by police on trumped up charges, you are a lawyer. You know it is a misdemeanor. If somebody has defied COVID-19 regulations, you can write to that senator and request them to appear before a police station. You bond them and ask them to appear before court the following day. You don't need to cause drama like what we have seen today. I want to speak to you. You are young. You have a long journey to travel in your political career. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Senator Kang'ata, on a point of order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And let me first take this opportunity to express my great sympathy to our colleagues who are... allow me. Madam Speaker, is it in order, my colleague, senior lawyer, to seem to be like he's addressing me, Madam Speaker, and somehow giving some innuendos, some implications to my personal character? I just want that clarification that he should be addressing the House, not me.
Not
I have
the
nothing
House.
to do with anything. Please,
In fact,
please, I urge
Speaker.
my colleague not to mention my name. Yeah, and just to address
Thank you.
everyone.
Point taken.
Thank you.
Point taken, Senator Kang'ata. Honorable Senator, please address the chair always.
Madam Speaker,
Yeah.
in conclusion, Madam Speaker, there are some of our colleagues here, Madam Speaker, who have gone through the pain of high-handedness from the governments of the day. There are senators in this House, Mr. Speaker, who knows how painful intolerance can be. The leader of majority, Madam Speaker, whom I started reading about when I was 18 years old, Senator Pogisho, was expelled by his party KANU in 1988. In 1988, simply because he was fighting for the interests of his people of West Pokot. He was then the MP for Kacheliba. And when we were with him in London last year in February, I told him that, my brother, I admire the courage with which you fought for the interests of your people, Madam Speaker. And all of us here, Madam Speaker, have a constitutional right to advocate with passion and emotion where we can the interests of our counties. That should not invite the government of the day to prefer fabricated charges against us. And we cannot sit here, Madam Speaker, as senators saying it is business as usual. It can never be, Madam Speaker. I'm requesting my colleagues, honorable senators, seated here today, that we have an opportunity to send a strong message to government that if they want us to pass business, the best option they have is to lobby us, not to arrest us so that we don't appear before this House to cast our votes. Madam Speaker, in conclusion, I support the motion by Senator Kindiki that this House must adjourn till our three colleagues, Senator Langat, Senator Lelegwe, and Senator Malala, are produced before this House. I support, Madam Speaker.